Welcome to Parks and Pixie Dust Podcast.
Jess! Look at this explosion of sound.
Everybody, welcome back. Parks and Pixie Dust Podcast. I don't know what episode number we're on, but who gives
something.
a
Jesus, this is a family podcast. By the way.
I think episode 8, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, but yeah, so we've got Amanda, my friend Amanda, on today.
Welcome.
So happy to have you as a guest.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited.
Thank you for being on today. Today, while we're recording, it's Cinco de Mayo.
See.
Si, senor.
Yesterday was May the 4th.
Yep.
May the 4th be with you.
And also with you. And so, yeah, you know, it's all good. So we're celebrating. We're having some Starbucks right now. We're recording, and then after this, we're gonna have some tacos, and then tomorrow might be some Chipotle farts. I don't know. It's gonna be a great couple days.
Yeah, you got to listen to that song while you do it.
Yeah.
I was going to say cue the song, yeah.
I've got a case of the Chipotle farts. Chipotle farts.
So much more dramatic than the actual version.
I know.
But,
I also got sour cream too, so that's really gonna
all
Bring
right.
it home.
dollop of Daisy. Anyway.
So speaking of Daisy, what are we talking about today?
Do ba dollop. Anyways, today we're talking about how we run that sour cream off, baby. We're talking about. So we're having Amanda on to talk about the RunDisney events, which is so intriguing to me because it's actually personally been something I've considered doing.
Has it? Okay.
I wanted to actually do it in 2022 potentially, but then I got pregnant with Natalie,
Sure.
so I was like,
Yeah.
crap, because I'd been looking at, I know during the year they tend to have different kind of themes.
They do, yeah.
Events. So I was actually kind of interested in like the wine run.
The wine and dine. Yep, that's
Yeah.
the one I did on my shirt here.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's in
Fun.
like November, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually like the first weekend or so of November.
Cool. Okay.
So
So-
I don't know if mine has a date on it or not from 2016,
Love
but
it. Oh,
wow.
it's usually
Good.
November. Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
a fun theme.
And then so Disney World does them and Disneyland.
They
too,
do,
right?
yeah. Disneyland took a long break, actually. I know it was some stuff with the city of Anaheim. I don't know. 'cause-
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because the course you run through is Disneyland and California Adventure, but you do run a lot through the city of Anaheim, really,
Sure.
for those that don't know that. So they had some things they were working on, but they are back. Those
Cool.
races did come back. But they had, maybe a 4-year break.
Oh, wow.
It was
Probably
a
'cause of
couple
COVID?
years. That too, I'm sure didn't help.
Too.
And
Anaheim,
and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I did my first Disney half in 2016. I did the Tinkerbell half marathon in Disneyland.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was your
So-
first event.
It was my
What
first half
entails
marathon.
that?
So they have kind of a different theme every year, right? And that particular year was kind of the Neverland, Tinkerbell.
So you're talking just Disneyland themes
Yes, that
right
was
now.
the first
Got
one,
it.
yeah, that
Okay.
I did. And, they always have a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and usually some sort of challenge, right? So it could be like a 2-course challenge, which is what this one is, or for the wine and dine, they have that, or they have like, I'm sure you heard of like the Dopey challenge,
Oh,
maybe,
no.
or Goofy challenge. Okay, those are more in Disney World, I believe, and I haven't done one, so don't quote me personally, but
Okay.
that one is where you do the 5K one day, 10K
Okay.
the next, half marathon, and then a marathon, and I don't know how people do
Oh my
that.
God, I would die.
I would too.
Oh, God.
So that's what like a like the example of a 2-course challenge would be.
So the 2-course, I believe it's like a 10K and a half.
Okay.
Because it's 19, I believe, some miles. So that would make sense.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I have not done either of those. I'm lucky to do that marathon, but
I was going to say that's 18 more than I want to do.
right? I know,
God,
I know.
no kidding.
And I was the person who like hated the mile in gym, right? I hated any kind of
Yes.
running, anything
Same.
like that.
Yeah.
So I was not anything I thought I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, what got you into that?
Yeah, I started, I actually had some random like knee problems
Oh,
when I was
okay.
about maybe 24, 25.
Okay.
And I was just having a lot of trouble, like even walking, going downstairs, like just a lot of really bad knee pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when I got it checked out, they're like, oh, your kneecaps are crooked. Like, oh, okay, great.
Okay.
I guess it can be a hereditary thing. Don't really know how, I got that. So I had to do a lot of physical therapy, pretty extensive, like 3-4 days a week for months and months. And, when I got in that x-ray for my knees, the doctor was like, well, you're not going to run again. Like, that's
God.
done,
He always
and
has
I'm
to say
right. I'm
Yeah.
like, you watch me. I'm will.
Yeah.
Even though I don't even like running that much, now you made me want to.
Now you may want to,
right?
yeah.
So,
Maybe that's a psychological
right?
Yeah.
thing
Maybe.
that doctors do.
Yeah.
So my first goal was the Shamrock Shuffle 8K in Chicago.
Oh,
that
cool.
was my first race back, kind of. I had done like a 5K here and there, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
From there, the therapists were joking like, "Oh, yeah, I'll do a half marathon." I'm like, "I'm never gonna do a half marathon ever."
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm like, I signed up for one. I'm like, who
Yeah.
am I? Like, that's not the type of thing I would do.
No, I'm with you. I always had kind of some asthma issues. So
I had that too,
in
yeah.
gym,
Yeah.
I just couldn't run.
Yeah,
Like I didn't
it's
like
hard.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hated it.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
why?
hated it too. Yeah.
But the Disney run is just so different. You're running through the parks. You're dressed up as a character.
Yeah,
There's
that's
character
cool.
stops. Like, you're having such a good time. It's
Yeah.
one of those that's like it's a race, but you're just really having so much fun.
Yes.
So that was kind of how I started my first half marathon. I was terrified. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
Right.
I've never done a half marathon, let alone a Disney race or race in another state or
Sure.
anything like that. And actually, it popped up on my Facebook memories, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You went to go pick up your bib for the Tinkerbell half. And I'm like, how appropriate that we're here today.
So
Yeah.
fun.
Doing this.
Yeah.
So what drew you to a Disney marathon? Are you a
I
big
had
Disney fan?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm just
Okay.
like Jess.
She and I bond over Disney and coffee a lot. And
Yes.
shopping,
Oh, wow.
clothes. But we, yeah.
Just grew up a Disney kid, right?
Yeah.
Going to the parks all the time, always in the Disney clothes and stuff. And I had seen these Run Disney events. I thought they were just so intriguing. I'm like, running
Yeah.
through the park? Like, that
So
might be a
fun.
race you might actually get me to want to
Like
do.
early in the morning too.
They
right?
are, yeah. So
Yeah.
I felt like every race you have to get up earlier.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't so bad in 2016, but now I feel like they're like 2 in the morning. It's like, what?
Oh god.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
a night owl, so I basically wouldn't sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know how that goes. So you do have to get up early, yes.
Okay.
For California, I stayed at the Hilton Anaheim.
yeah.
Nearby hotel. You can
Yep.
walk, you can take the shuttle. That was nice. And you kind of just go through downtown Disney and you line up on, it might be Casella, is that the street? Where it's wherever the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
And Pacific, I call it Pacific. Now it's, Paradise Pier. But
Not
Now
anymore.
it's
back in the
Pixar.
day when I
Yeah,
was
it's
at
the Pixar
Pixar, they've
Hotel.
changed it so
Pixar
many
Hotel.
times. When I
Yes.
stayed, it was, Pacific, the classic.
Yes, yes.
So you kind of line up around there for the
Yeah.
start and by Grand Californian. And then the course is really just, like I said, through the park, through Anaheim. You definitely stop for photo ops. I definitely stopped in front of the castle, the Ferris
fun.
wheel in California Adventure.
Do they have like the professional photographers all around there
They
too?
do, yeah. So you'll
fun.
see they're kind of in these little green tents. It's kind of funny. So when you see that,
Cute.
you're like, all right, let me get my pose, my jump, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Those kind of photos without like taking somebody out.
Yeah, yeah. Fun.
And California was great because the weather was just perfect.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful
California.
day.
Yep.
It was just the best weather.
Yeah.
The course was pretty easy, nothing too crazy. So my first half marathon experience was really positive, and I actually thought I had a really respectable time.
Yeah.
Considering I thought, oh, let's see how this goes. But
Yeah.
it went really well.
That's
I
great.
loved it. And on the course, there's these things called the balloon ladies, right? Where they are kind of pacers, and they volunteer. They have the clear balloon with the Mickey,
Yeah.
They have that kind of tied, I don't know if to the wrist or whatever, but
Aw.
and they are kind of the pacers that if you don't keep up with the balloon ladies, you can get swept.
What does that mean?
You can get out of the race.
Oh no.
Yeah.
okay.
The 5K, they don't do that just because I'm sure it's such a short distance, like 3.1 miles. It's
Okay.
because they do have to open the parks, right? So
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Oh, that
Gotcha.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
So the 10K, the half in the fall, they also do have regular pacers as
Yeah.
well. Like the 10-minute group, whatever group.
Sure.
Right? But the balloon ladies first race did not see any. So that made me feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, I made it. Everything was good.
Yeah.
And then it's fun. People wear their medals in the park after, you kind
Yeah.
of just celebrate.
Yeah.
When I went, it was 2016. So it's
Right.
been a little bit, guys,
Yeah.
since I did, my first one. It was Mother's Day weekend too. So we had a nice time, just my
Fun.
family. We kind of made it like a vacation.
Yeah.
Besides just,
So fun. Did you go to the
Yeah.
park that day too?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to the park after. Actually, the race was on Mother's Day.
Oh, fun. Okay.
In 16. So it's really cute. You go to the park, they give all the moms flowers, and we just
Aw.
want to celebrate
Nice.
my mom because I was so appreciative that she was so supportive of me through that journey, and that my parents
that.
took me to California to do that, and it was just such a
Yeah.
cool thing to be able to turn it into like a family trip as well.
I love
Yeah.
that. Love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So that was my first Run Disney experience.
Okay. And does Disneyland then just have one a year?
No, they have different things.
Okay.
And Disneyland, since they brought the races back, I really haven't checked into it too much. So
Okay.
I'm not super
Okay.
savvy just because I knew as soon as they brought it back, I'm like, it's gonna be chaos. I don't want to do it for a couple
it's a
years,
big thing
because
now.
everyone's like, California's back. I want to do the race, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
I'm giving it a little time to cool off. But I know typically in the past they did Disneyland, a 5K, 10K, half, marathon. They would do Tinkerbell.
Probably Star Wars.
I believe they might have had one of those too.
Yeah.
They did a couple. I don't think they did as many as Disney World
Okay,
in
yeah,
general.
makes sense.
But again, it's been a little bit since I've done that Disneyland race. I've done a few more in Disney World than I did in Land. And my second one was Wine and Dine.
Awesome.
And what I did was called the Coast to Coast Challenge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that at all. It's where you do a half marathon in California and a half marathon in Florida in the same year.
That's cool.
So I did the Disneyland one in May, and then I did Wine and Dine. I had no intention of signing up. And then when I heard about Coast to Coast, I'm like, I did one already. Let's do another one. And I did it last minute, and I did do a charity bib, if you're familiar with those at all.
No.
When the bibs run out, you can do kind of a charity bib. So because I did sign up so late in the game, they were sold out. So I had to do it through a charity, which basically you just raise funds for this charity to be able to participate. So I did mine with TAPS, which really meant a lot too, because it is a very veteran-oriented charity. Obviously, my dad being a veteran and just coming from a military family, that meant a lot too.
Yeah. Sure.
So that was a really interesting experience to run that through TAPS and doing that half marathon. I originally signed up for it because traditionally it was a night marathon, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh, interesting.
Because I'm like, it's like, I don't know if it was like 8 o'clock maybe at night or something like that at night.
Sure.
And I thought, well, that's different. It's always during the day, right?
So they probably closed the parks or whatever parks you're
Yeah,
running
maybe.
early.
Yeah, I'm not familiar how they did that. Of course, they changed it the year I did it, right?
Of course.
Nope, morning.
What year did you do this?
I did this 2016.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
So
so it was the
May
same
and
coast to
then-
coast. Yeah.
But this was November?
November, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you would have preferred night because you're such a night
Yes,
owl.
I would have loved that. So
Totally.
I was so bummed they changed that because that was such a cool aspect. I thought
Yeah.
that was so unique to have a night race,
Yes,
right?
totally.
So I did, Wine and Dine. Again, we made it a fun trip. Me and my mom went a little bit ahead of my dad. We went for Halloween. We did the Halloween party
Yes.
on Halloween. Loved that.
Fun.
Just did the general park stuff,
Yeah. Love it.
And then because it was 16, the Cubs had won the World Series. So we were there for the parade.
Oh,
my
So we're screaming in our hotel room at Grand Floridian, 1 a.m. that they won.
That's awesome.
So the timing of everything, and then they
That's
start
cool.
putting out Christmas. So I feel like that trip was kind of the best of every world. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because right after Halloween,
Yeah.
hey, it's Christmas.
Right,
It's
I know.
Thanksgiving.
It was
Yeah.
wild. Me and my mom were at the Halloween party. It's like 1 a.m. We're having ice cream, watching the stage show, whatever. And then
Yeah.
the next morning, we're like, poinsettias, okay.
Yeah,
So
right?
it's funny how they do that. So
Yeah.
that was that trip. Wine and Dine. It was in the morning, unfortunately. I really wish they had kept with that night theme, but it was still fun.
How
And
early in the morning? Before the parks open?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's not
When
like
they
it's
do like
bolstering
so for
hot.
that event, since that's the Wine and Dine,
Yeah.
they have the option of 5K, 10K, half.
They
full.
do. Yep.
So that's all happening
Yeah.
the same day, right?
Well, actually, for Wine and Dine, I don't know if there's a full.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so, because I think the 2-course challenge is a 10 and a half, like a 10K and a half.
Okay, so
marathon.
they have all of those different.
They do have the
lengths
5, the 10. They do have
the same-
options. Yeah. So
same
it's not
day.
like just the half marathon. Well, they're different days. So
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah. So if I was doing the half marathon on a Sunday, let's say, they would have had the 10K on Saturday, 5K
Okay.
Friday. So they always do it the day before, because anybody doing those challenges, they would do them,
Sure. Okay.
day by day.
Gotcha.
And I'm
So
trying
it's
to
each
look
day.
here, because I always take pictures on my phone, right? Like
Yeah.
the time and date stamp of
Yeah.
how early you start, because it is early.
Because you said so if it's a morning run,
Yeah.
they have those pacers because
They
they want to
do.
get the park open.
Right. And you have
But if
corrals
it-
too,
So I wonder if because I'm not a runner and I haven't had any interest in doing these kind of events.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking to one of the quote unquote runs that I did in Chicago, the hot chocolate run.
Oh, yeah, I've done that one. Yeah.
We walked. Me and my friends, we
Oh,
walked.
yeah.
So I wonder if at the night run,
Yeah.
you could maybe walk.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I do know the 5K, they're definitely more lenient on
Sure.
that, just because, it happens so probably far ahead of the park opening that they're
Yeah.
like, well, as long as you're within reason,
Sure.
Yeah.
So definitely if you're someone who's not, a huge runner, or you just kind of want to get your feet wet, try it out.
Yeah.
The 5K is probably a great way to start.
Yeah, that's what I would do for sure. I'm not.
Yeah.
Just
and
meander the parks when it's like just
it's
the runners.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, you would love that because you enjoy waking up early to go walk around.
Yes, I do.
So,
That's not me.
yeah, that's John's thing. He loves
I love it.
So I have a picture here
Yeah.
of, the starting line. It was 5:05 a.m. my timestamp.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
and that
that's
was
fun.
probably Florida time. So probably maybe 4. I mean, I
4
remember
here.
getting on, I took the monorail to some of them and some of them had buses, it just
yeah.
depends. But yeah, then they shoot off like fireworks before
Cool.
each rail
Nice.
starts, which is kind of a fun way.
Yeah.
And they obviously like hype you up, I mean, you could see here, it's starting to get daylight, 5:51. I'm running toward Magic Kingdom. It's, so you're early in the morning. It is dark when you start, for
Yeah.
sure.
Wow.
And each of them have different themes and stuff like that. The third half marathon I did was Princess. Those were the photos I was showing you. I did Disney Princess half.
fun.
I have seen so many people say on a Facebook group, I believe it's Run Disney Run. I'll have to look at that to give you guys, for anybody who's interested, because that's kind of what I like to reference is these different groups to see what people are thinking, especially when I haven't been there for a little bit. I kind of want to see what people are doing. But they were kind of asking a question, hey, what do you think was the worst weather race ever?
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was like, 2018 Princess. And I had to agree with that. It was about 90. No shade. Humidity. Awful.
Oh, God.
That was my third half, and I think that's what made me not want to do it half again.
Yeah.
Was the weather.
Even when it was still like dark out, it was still that hot?
Well, I didn't get too far, because if you see from my takeoff to Magic Kingdom, I only got about 45 minutes before the sun came up. So I didn't get very far, unfortunately, just because the corrals, however, whatever corral I was in.
What's corral mean? What does that
So they have like A, B, C, D, E, F, and those are kind of your paces. So if you say, I'm going to do this half or you have a proof of time that you can do your half in a very quick amount of time, they'll put you in the first corral. You know what I mean? Just so somebody slower is not getting trampled,
Oh,
so I was in corral F for Disney Princess. So I had to wait for
each corral
ABC.
at different?
They do. Yeah. They give them a little bit of a window. I don't remember how long exactly, but they're like, okay, A, and then like, okay, a little bit. Oh, fireworks speed,
What if you don't know?
If you don't know,
Like what your timing necessarily is?
they do on the registration online, they would ask you what you think you're going to do it in.
Okay.
So if I said like, oh, I think I can do like a 10-minute mile.
Okay.
And then they would, based on that.
Got it, okay.
Probably even maybe my past marathons. They might have looked at my past races.
Got it.
At my
That's so
time.
interesting.
And maybe, I don't know if they do, but that would probably make sense to look at that and look at what I think I can do and what I did in the past and maybe say, oh yeah, okay, we'll put her in corral F or E or whatever, So
actually, question real quick.
Yeah.
When it comes to registering for this, what's your advice on that and what's the process?
You have to register so early.
Okay.
So
That's what I thought.
so the race, like Princess, for example, that race was in February. I registered the May before.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so almost a year before.
Almost a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sells out so quickly. So you have to, that's why I say these running groups are great, because you can keep an eye on the announce information. Like, the virtual, for example, over the summer, I've missed like 2 years now because I missed the date, just not knowing when the registration date is.
Sure.
But you can also look at the Run Disney, their website. They do have a website with different events. I can pull that up as well just to kind of share that.
Yeah.
But it's nice because you can just kind of keep it on your calendar. Hey, okay, this is the day I have to register, and it's rundisney.com. They will also give you those dates of when to register.
So they list on the website when you can register, when it opens.
Exactly. So they
cool.
and they even talk about these different themes here. So, they say, wine and dine,
Yeah, so what are
registration
all the themes?
is
Let's
March
talk
12th.
Disney World for a
all
sec.
the
So
different
what
themes.
are, what are all the themes?
So right now they actually added, this is Disneyland. They added one.
Okay.
It was a Halloween half marathon weekend. That would be so fun. I would have
That
loved
would be so
Oh my
fun,
gosh. Wine and dine they do. That's usually around Halloween, like a little bit after, that
World?
first weekend. Yeah,
Okay.
that's Disney World.
Yep.
Yeah. They also have Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. That's usually about, this one says about January 8th to 12th for 25. So that one people would have already registered for.
Gotcha. Okay.
I believe they had registration recently for that.
Okay.
And then they do Princess Half, which is the last one I was talking about. That's usually about late February.
Do they have a 5 and 10K for that
They
too?
do, yeah.
Okay,
And
cool.
there's usually some kind of theme. What are the princesses on the medals or on the, activewear accessories, things like that.
Cool.
And then they also have now the springtime surprise, which is usually about like early April. So that one and the Halloween one are some newer races that they definitely didn't have when I was doing these. They did have Star Wars races. I feel like you would have loved that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they've brought that back. If not, they need to.
Yeah, they should.
They have the light side and the dark side. I know you would
Yeah,
have
I
loved
mean,
it.
you'd think with Galaxy's Edge they should.
Yeah.
Right? Because you
back.
could like run through, I don't know, the logistics
That would be
maybe.
cool.
Or maybe like hold it on May 5th or 4th.
Yeah.
May 4th.
Oh,
and
my
have that
God.
weekend depending how you did the races and how it falls.
Yes.
But, around that time would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be fun. So those are the
Amazing.
different themes. You can do costumes to the theme or to whatever you want, really. The first
Yeah.
race I didn't know. So I kind of just like, one of my friends had made me like a green tutu and I did the green Tinkerbell shirt and I kind of just wanted to see what it was about. But people really get into it. They have
I've
some
seen
amazing
a-
costumes.
It's so fun.
I've seen a reel of someone as Jack Sparrow
Oh, yeah.
running.
Oh, yeah.
And also like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
So he's like flailing his arms
That's
around.
amazing.
Yes, there's a group of guys too that dress up as princesses every year for the princess.
That's amazing.
There's just so many fun. Everyone has such a good time with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wine and Dine, I did Cinderella costumes. So I
Okay.
kind of did like a little. There was a place, unfortunately, they're not in business anymore, that had great running skirts. But I'm sure Etsy or any
I've
of those
seen
places.
Etsy,
Yeah,
yeah.
Amazon, whatever. You can find stuff.
Yeah.
It was a Cinderella sparkly little skirt with the gathering. So it was like a mini version of the dress,
So
right?
cute.
And I just did like a blue T-shirt with
Yeah.
that, the headband kind of that she has,
Love
and
it.
Try to make it as fun, but you want to be comfortable. That's
Yes.
the key. Is like some of these people, I'm like, I would not be comfortable.
No, like, do they wear
when
their
have
ears, too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
I
would
would hate
love
that.
to do that. Maybe
Yeah.
a 5K, but
Yeah.
more than that, I think I would just be annoyed.
I'd get tired of wearing a headband.
Yeah.
fall off too? Probably.
I mean, they
Maybe,
could,
yeah.
or just like hurt, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hurt,
Maybe
yeah.
they like staple it to their heads or something.
And
Yeah.
so that was Wine and Dine, and then Princess, I did a Belle costume. So I had kind of the yellow. It's kind of the same idea. The yellow running skirt with the yellow top, yellow
love it.
sparkly headband.
Love that. Oh.
So what is Wine and Dine?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
get food after that or something, or how does that
I mean,
work?
it's just kind of with the theme. I
Okay.
think more so. I definitely took advantage of that
Oh,
after.
'cause it's
Wanted to
probably
get good
like-
food and drink,
Because it's probably like part of the food and wine.
Yes, food
Fest.
festival, exactly. And the medals kind of coordinate sometimes. So the medal I got for Wine and Dine half was Mickey kind of carrying a tray of food, and it was the Epcot ball, super cute.
Nice.
Okay.
So the medals kind of correspond sometimes too. So like Tinkerbell, it was also Tinkerbell's and her wings, and you could move it's like the spinny thing in the middle. You can like move it,
Oh.
like flip it.
Fidget thing?
Almost, but not quite as
Okay.
like dramatic. It's just kind of you can turn it around one, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Or same with
Oh, in the middle you're saying? Where you,
yes,
I know
in the
what you're
middle.
saying.
Yes, exactly. And they
Okay.
had that for Princess too. It was the big
Cute.
Snow White apple, and you could flip the
Oh,
middle.
cute.
One side I think was like Snow White. The other might have been like the dwarves in the house or something. You know.
Oh, fun.
And
Snow
the,
White.
What a
and the
Dad
coast
and I rip on Snow
what a
White.
beef.
and the coast to coast medal was like it had Walt and Mickey, kind of the statue holding Mickey's hand, right?
Cool.
And it just says Coast to Coast Challenge. It's blue.
That's cute.
So there's some really cool medals,
Yeah.
but those often can coordinate to the themes as well.
Okay.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Now-
I feel like I want to do one so bad. But I'd have
I
to
would
start
definitely
with a
do one with
5K.
you. I would
Let's
do a 5K with
There
you.
you go.
Because I'm
would
not a
love
big
that.
runner. I used to, like in my mid-20s, I got up to like 6 miles, which is huge for me.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I was
go.
like consistently just at the
Yeah.
gym on the treadmill or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's always interested me. It's just a matter of the commitment to
It is
train yourself
hard,
to run.
and especially the half. You really have to. I trained very well the first 2 times. The,
Yeah.
the third
Yeah.
race I did not really train, and that was actually I signed up for the race.
Yeah.
And then a month later was when I was diagnosed with my neurological condition.
Oh shoot!
I didn't even know if I could run it. I
Oh,
literally
crap.
got clearance, I think, from my doctor 2-3 weeks before
Oh,
to
my
go.
God. Okay.
So I had like no training. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And it was like 90 that day, right?
Yeah.
So I remember that's probably one of the hardest races I've ever done.
Yeah.
I remember just volunteers like pouring water all over us. Just people were literally dropping on
Yeah.
the course, like
Wow.
literally dropping. And
Oh,
I was
sure.
just like, oh, don't let me like,
Yeah.
puke or pass out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just wanted to finish.
And I just barely made it. The blue
Yeah.
ladies almost got me, and I barely avoided getting swept. And
Yeah.
even at the end, I remember I did not feel well.
Yeah,
But I was
God.
like, I'm going to finish this, because
Yeah.
especially with everything I'd gone through with that condition, I'm like, I, had to kind
Yeah.
of retrain everything,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember finishing, and the medic, I was like, I saw one of the, very nice medics they were on bicycle around,
Yeah.
after you
Yes.
at the finish line. And
Was
I
he
was
hot?
like, I don't even remember.
Always question A.
Paramedic, I have to
I
ask.
think that, right?
I have to ask. I'm sorry. But go on.
And my mom was waiting for me, and I think she could tell too. And I'm like, I'm not right. My face was beet red.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Oh,
do
yeah.
not feel good.
Yeah.
And I remember the medic just like taking my pulse. He's like, your pulse is racing. Like, we need to get you to the medical tent. Like,
Yeah.
you're not doing
Just to
well.
relax and-
yeah. So I don't know if I had like heat exhaustion or sun
Sure.
poisoning or what I had,
Yeah.
but it was rough. I remember in the medical tent for quite some time.
Yeah.
But they're so sweet over there with they have first aid along the way, different things.
Yeah.
People are taping themselves up, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So they were very sweet to do that. And, it's hard because when you don't expect that weather, you don't know what you're going to get in Florida for weather.
Right.
That's the only
kind
thing
of the
about
hard
Florida.
part.
Yeah.
With the half. So that was a really challenging race with the weather. I think that was probably like the hardest half.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Now, do you do like the character stops along the way?
I didn't because I was afraid of getting swept, honestly,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because that's part of the fun, right?
Right.
I
'Cause
think
they
a
bring
5K
out-
I would.
They bring out a lot of old
The
school
lines
characters.
are so long though.
Really?
Sometimes, oh my gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
so then you could really get swept. 'cause
You
you're
could,
waiting.
and that's the
Yeah.
thing. I was too nervous about getting swept. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't wait in this long line. I definitely made sure to do castle photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every race I did. If we
Yeah.
went, I don't think Wine and Dine, we weren't in Magic Kingdom at all. But I
Okay.
know Tinkerbell, I got one in front of the castle and in front of like the Ferris wheel in California Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Wine and Dine, I took like a quick selfie in front of the Tree of Life because you did run through Animal Kingdom at
cool.
sunrise, which was really cool.
That's okay.
That was awesome.
Did you get to run past Avatar? Or did that not exist?
No,
yet?
I don't believe that existed yet.
Okay,
It was
gotcha.
2016, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been, wouldn't that be cool though?
That would be cool. But even just sunrise, the tree, it was
Yes.
so cool.
Oh, I bet.
And then the princess one, I definitely made sure to get a castle photo as well.
Yes.
And
Oh my God,
like the
yes.
Run Disney photographers are there taking good
Yeah.
pictures too. You
Yeah.
know, I got kind of a fun,
Oh, so
photo that they
fun.
just
Nice.
are along the course, so you can
Nice.
just check those out. Those are tied to your
So
bib, so you
fun.
can check those out later, kind of like you would any photo pass photo.
love
You know,
that.
yeah.
Oh
so
my
that's kind of
gosh.
the fun part is you get some on the course along the way. I did pull over
Yeah.
to take a few, but I unfortunately couldn't do any character stops
Yeah.
just because I was like too worried about a 5K. I think I would.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. The 5K kind of takes off the heat because you get to enjoy it. Not that I didn't enjoy it,
Sure.
I did, but it's less pressure. You're not
Yeah.
worried about getting swept. You're not,
sure.
you
Yeah.
know, or
No,
you know,
because
stressed
to
about
me,
it.
a 10K, that's 13 miles?
A 10K. Well, the half marathon's 13.1.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, half
10
is 13, which you've done.
Yes, I did those. Yeah, all three were
And
half
then a
marathons.
10K
yeah.
is how many
20
miles?
miles.
Might be 8 or something.
Okay, or maybe 6.
I'm not sure.
I'm
I don't-
bad
but
with-
either way,
I'm bad with
to
mile
me,
math, you know.
I
Right?
know.
The K to the mile.
I know. To me, anything like further than 3 miles is tough, like for me.
Yeah.
Like that is. So
I don't know how I did it, honestly. I also made a really good Disney playlist
Oh,
because
that's a
you
good
have
idea.
to keep the energy going. So
Did you have earbuds in then, or how did
I
you do that?
did. So the first 2 halves, I did have earbuds in.
Okay.
The third, I either forgot my earbuds or something happened to them. I remember ordering from Apple,
Were you
trying to
able
get
to-
expedited, like
Okay.
to get to Grand Floridian where we were staying to get and I kept checking the mailroom and I don't think they had it in time.
Oh crap! Okay.
So I had my phone, which I was that
can you
person.
play music out loud on your phone?
I did.
Do they
I
care?
did.
Okay.
I did that, and
I would probably do that because
nobody got mad. They were
Yeah.
all like, actually, we appreciate like the
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah.
I did have my Disney playlist. I think I like just tucked it in my, I love flip belts.
Yeah.
Those are awesome to just go around you and you have like a little zipper thing
Yep.
to put your phone and all, you know,
Yeah.
all your things.
I usually had like an arm thing with my
yeah.
phone. I like
same.
that.
Yeah, so I played, music out loud the last one just because I didn't have my earbuds and I'm like, they do provide entertainment, but there are parts of the course where it's just a little bit slow and
Yeah.
I feel like I would lose my momentum.
Yeah.
So I
Makes
had a good
sense.
Disney playlist, like the upbeat songs, I
Yeah.
had like Circle of Life and I think I had maybe Soarin' on there. I had like
Oh,
the Owl
fun.
City, from
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph. Different things that just
Oh.
really like pep you up.
Tron.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can have so
I'd be
many
like-
good things.
You just turn like this blue and orange glowing and it's like, oh, there's Jess. Oh,
That
bye.
Tron music.
You could
makes
honestly
me-
do a cool costume with that, with like blue glow sticks.
Yeah.
Think about it. You could do
Yeah.
something really cool with that.
And then to like get people out of your way, throw a disc at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Tron is like the music.
I know you love Tron. Yeah.
That music gives me nip rock. It's so cool.
It's like Kylo Ren is in charge of the ride or something.
If Kylo Ren
God.
on Tron.
Here we go.
Anyways, okay, I'll stop.
Now
Oh
what?
my gosh, I love it.
Because like I don't do earbuds at all.
Yeah.
Like now I have like the big headphones.
Yeah, me too. I used to do more
yeah.
earbuds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how they stay in. people
yeah.
run.
So I
That's
don't
what I'm
do.
wondering,
I don't
too.
do like the Apple ones because I'm always
Okay.
afraid those are gonna pop out.
Right.
And those are expensive.
Right.
That too, right? Like that's an expensive loss. I do. Trying to think which ones I had. I think
Were they
the brand
connected
was-
to anything?
They
Or were
did.
just-
They
okay.
they had. So there was a little wire on each side, and they kind of met in the middle with a little like control button. Yeah.
Okay.
Those I did. I think they might have been like Amazon or something.
Oh, cool. Okay.
My FabFitFun box. I think I got them.
Yeah. Cool.
You know, like those are super easy because I want to be able to take them out when I want to do photos and they're small enough to just fit in my flip belt.
Perfect.
But I now I'm kind of like, well, I guess I would do that, but I do prefer like I have like the Bose, like the noise cancel, like the quiet comfort. I love those, and that would be really hard on a course. It'd be so awkward. But the little ones are definitely better. But I just like them connected to something.
Yeah, just so you don't lose it. I mean, that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now you mentioned when you did the Disneyland one, you stayed at the Hilton across the street, so you necessarily don't have to stay on property.
You don't have to. No.
Do you get like some kind of fun stuff if you do?
For races, not really. I stayed at the Hilton Anaheim. Well, I worked for Hilton at the time, so that was why partially. But also,
that's a nice hotel there.
It's a beautiful hotel. Yeah. And sometimes you can't get in with these races. Yeah. Reservations can be like really, really hard to get, you know? So I don't remember if it was, I think it was just because I worked there at the time. Sure. But I've also had a hard time getting reservations because all the runners, you know, especially Disneyland, if you think about it, you got 3 hotels.
Yeah.
Quite different than Disney World, right? So it was a little bit harder. I do like that and I think there's like a Marriott over there too. There's a few because when we get on the shuttle, they loop to another hotel. I want to say it's a Marriott. That kind of convention area, you know.
Oh
where
yeah,
the hotel
right across
is.
from the Hilton. Yeah. I've stayed there too. Yeah.
And that looks nice too.
Yeah.
So I know with that they do have a shuttle, which is nice.
Yes.
Not all hotels do though. So that's the hard part about a hotel is you have to be very careful where you're staying. Yeah. Just for what makes sense to get there. Yeah. I could technically walk. Do I want to? And then run a half now.
No.
So I did the shuttle.
Makes sense.
It dropped you off at Downtown Disney. We walked through Downtown Disney to that street where the hotels are, and that's where we took off. Okay. Disney World, I do think it makes sense to stay on a property more. Yeah. Just because Disney World is just so spread out, obviously. Right. I stayed at Grand Floridian both times. I love that they had a monorail that I could take, especially for Princess, because it's just like hop on the monorail, get off at Epcot, and you're there. You started and you finished in Epcot. So that was like so perfect.
And you mentioned your mom went with, right?
Yes,
so
she
did.
Able
to go with you and then watch?
So it's hard because I feel like sometimes we don't know where we're going to be on the course. It's very hard to find.
Sure.
And we ran right outside Grand Floridian. I was so mad I didn't know. I would have had it come out, you know. She did walk me to the monorail, and then she kind of just found the area at the end more so. Cool. Along the way, I remember, and I think I was telling you about the greeter at Grand Floridian, Richard. Yeah. He's so precious. He was there for both my halves, but I remember the last one, and that was a few months, I believe, before he passed. And he was waving outside to us. I got a selfie with him, you know, cheering us on.
That was the pictures you sent me today, right?
Yes. And you just get a lot of energy from people, even you don't know who are on the course cheering you on. Yeah. So there are spots like that where people could watch. It's just a matter of does it line up with where you're going to be? Yeah. You know, so I found staying there was really helpful. The first year they had a bus, which that was fine, but I noticed that a lot of people who do take the bus, maybe their driver got lost or stuck in traffic. I've heard those kind of stories, and that kind of worries me, like not like missing your time. Yeah. So I did like the monorail. I felt that was a little bit more kind of streamlined.
Yes. So meaning you're saying a Disney World bus. That's what you're meaning?
Yes. Okay. They bring, I believe it's more coach ones for the race, at least when I was doing it, as opposed to like the Disney transportation buses. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they hire them maybe through Mears or something. I don't know. Sure. But so the first year we had a bus, like the coach bus, but then I took a monorail the second year, and I just thought that was so much smoother. Yeah. It was so much easier. Yeah.
So is it like the same course for all the races?
You know, I believe they might change them sometimes.
What are the courses that you
the courses
ran?
I've done.
Where'd you run
so Disneyland, we started, on that street, Disneyland Drive, I believe it is. And you kind of run up. I remember running around a corner. There was some of it's a little bit industrial, so not industrial, but like compared to the park, you do run through Disneyland. I remember running through, and that one was a while ago. So
do you run through like the entrance and stuff, or how does it take you?
I remember running through the entrance of Disneyland, and I believe we went off to the right side in one of the races. It might have been Disneyland, but sometimes they kind of intertwine, kind of to where the cast area is. So I remember definitely seeing some areas you don't normally get to see, which was also kind of interesting. Cool. And then I remember running through Tomorrowland. So fun. I got some photos in front of the castle, and I actually my phone pulled up because I was like, I'll remember the pictures when I see it. Because I like to do that because you don't remember what you did, you know, especially now it's like 8 years later. It's like, okay, what was I doing? And so I have a few pictures here. I have a castle photo.
Oh, so cool.
So I remember I ran outside Pirates. That's my favorite ride. Pirates of the Caribbean, one of mine. And then we went to, Disney, California Adventures, like literally a stone's throw away, right?
Yeah.
So you're right there.
So cute.
So you run into that park. We ran through Cars Land. I do remember that as well.
Fun.
And it was the 60th that year. So that was really fun. I got some pictures after the race.
Nice.
Outside.
Awesome.
Yeah, we did that through Anaheim. Wine and Dine, you start at ESPN. So that was quite a bit of a hike. Yeah, so we
At Boardwalk,
took...
right? Because it's no longer... Oh, wait. Is
Like
it
the
by,
ESPN Sports, in World. Yeah.
Where's that?
Is it by the All-Star Resorts?
I believe it might
Because
be.
it's its own thing?
It is. And
Okay,
that's where the
so-
packet pickup is for like the
Okay.
expo and everything was always at ESPN.
okay.
So you start there. So that's probably why we had to take the bus because that one started. That course was a little unique. It was different from Princess, of course. So for that one, we started on ESPN. I remember you kind of turn left, you run down, I guess it's highway. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
It's dark, so you're like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like 5 a.m. You're, had 3 hours of sleep. Okay.
Just hope that a gator doesn't pop out or anything.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, terrifying.
Oh, and you run. I ran through like I said, Animal Kingdom. I remember at sunrise. That one was probably the least park running, I think, of all the races. That one maybe.
Okay. Because that's the thing is, I want to run through the park.
Yeah, I
So
felt
cool.
like Wine and Dine was more Animal Kingdom Epcot.
Okay.
And then I feel like Princess was more, I definitely ran through the castle and Princess. That was what I wanted to do. So that one. And then you always finish by Epcot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fun.
So that was kind of the course. So it is scenic, but at the same time, I also thought it was going to be all the park. And it was not.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't.
Sure. What month is the Princess one again?
End of February.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. If I was going to do another race again...
Yeah, which one was your favorite?
There's all kind of, I like a little bit about, everything.
Yeah, there's so
about
many,
all
I'm
them.
sure,
yeah,
factors
it's
too.
hard, right?
Yeah.
California and the weather.
Yeah,
But if we had, Florida's probably easier, right? More logistically. I would probably want to try maybe the Springtime Surprise, one of their newer ones.
Okay.
Or Wine and Dine. That one was great.
Yeah.
Sometimes winter is just hard, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because you can't train as much. Like
Yes.
Princess, I found that hard. Because here I'm like, okay, it's snowing, cool. I can't train. Like I have a
That's
treadmill,
very
but
true.
it's not the same.
Yeah,
Or
running outside is harder than running on a treadmill. I think.
I don't know how
Exactly.
people do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's also like, well, what if my flights with weather, you just don't know.
True.
So that part was kind of sticky. So I probably wouldn't do that again.
Sure.
But just,
Sure.
I kind of want to try that Halloween one in Disneyland.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I think that would be my ideal like race next. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe we should do that.
Right?
Do it.
I vote.
Plan it.
Yeah. Maybe like next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because fall is a great time. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And the parks, I love how
then
they're decorated for that. Yes. Pumpkin cream cold brew. Yes.
PSL girl.
I am.
Oh, you just run around with your PSL.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Anyways, I know.
People do stop for food and drinks.
Do they have like
On the
carts and
course,
stuff?
yeah, there are literally people you will see, especially in these like Run Disney groups, people who were stopping for maybe a margarita or a beer. I'm
Wow.
serious,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they
So not
do.
like snacks and water.
That's
or
amazing.
something.
They could do food, maybe a pretzel, whatever, whatever.
God,
Or people will
amazing.
ride Everest during the marathon and go. Yeah,
You can ride
Wait,
rides.
what?
yeah, you can ride rides as long as you don't like get swept and you
Wait. So
You can
even
get on
if
a
you're-
ride.
So all the rides are open during this?
I don't know if it's really all of them necessarily, but I know people do Everest.
Like
I know
early
I've
in the
seen
morning?
people do that one. Yeah. Or people will like finish like the finish line with a drink in their hand or
We gotta do this.
yeah.
mean,
I
I'll
even see
support.
here in this group, and the group I'm in on Facebook's Run Disney Run.
Yeah.
That one's really helpful for any information that you need.
Can you send
But
it to
yeah,
me?
absolutely. I
wanna-
can send you that
I
and the
wanna
Run
join.
Disney website,
Yeah.
to check out. But
Oh my God, so
people
fun.
do ride rides during the marathons.
Okay, this is
wild.
inspiring me to want to run.
I mean, it wouldn't
they're
be the
probably-
5K necessarily. This is the marathon,
Yeah.
but
okay, I
it's
see.
still cool, that
Yeah.
you can do that.
'Cause they're probably just like walk-ons,
yeah.
Yes, probably by that time. So if you can see this picture, these are marathon runners. Get on Everest.
Oh my God.
And as long as you can get on and you're not going to get swept. I mean, these people got drinks in the France Pavilion.
But
You
hey,
can do whatever you
You
want.
get on and you get swept. Oh well.
Yeah.
So like what?
Yeah.
What would happen?
Yeah.
If you do get
Yeah.
swept?
So,
Do you not get a medal?
you do get the medal.
Okay.
You do. I remember distinctly in California seeing these buses. I think they called them like parade bus
Okay.
or something on the top.
Okay.
And I remember a certain point in Anaheim passing the buses, and those were for people who got swept. They kind of bus them to the finish line.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not like they take you to the desert and just leave you.
Leave you. Or like in Roller Coaster Tycoon where they pick you up and then just leave you on the grass.
Yep, find your own way back.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you definitely, they just have like a bus or something like that will take you back. Yeah, you still get your medal, everything like that.
That's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, luckily I've never got swept. Like I said, I got very, very close.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
luckily, I have not, because I think that was my biggest fear the first half marathon. I didn't get to enjoy it as much.
Right.
I was too worried
For sure.
to get swept. But then I think as I didn't see any, I kind of started,
Yeah.
loosening up and enjoying the course a bit more.
Yeah. So cool.
It's kind of a funny thing when you do these races, you're like, oh, this was so hard. I'll do it again. And then you come home and you sign up for another one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like terribly
Yeah.
addicting.
Yes.
You're like,
It just
Yeah.
sounds so fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And something that I love doing after the Disney World ones,
Yeah.
I obviously just like to rest after, right?
Yes.
Pro tip, order a boxed lunch if you're staying at Grand Floridian.
Okay.
That's what I did the last two. They bring you the cutest little Grand Floridian lunch box.
Love
So
it.
cute.
Love it.
It sounds so silly. It's like roast beef sandwich. So good.
Love.
So good. Gluten-free bread. They do.
There you go. There you go.
And they bring you like a boxed lunch. And I would just eat in my room, take my time, and then go to the park in the evening.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
take a nap maybe after? Or?
I don't nap. I
No,
wish
okay.
I could.
I would.
You would think I would after running
Right.
a half marathon on like 3 hours of sleep. But
Right.
no, I'm
Or maybe the
Take a-
adrenaline
take
you're
a
just
rest.
able
the
to...
adrenaline is just, you're just going, I'm just not
Yeah.
a nap person. And
Yeah.
then I don't. It's just,
Yeah.
that doesn't work so well for me.
Right.
But, you just go to the park at night and people have their medals on, or your race t-shirt like I have today.
Oh,
or
that's fun.
They have the race jackets. Those are really fun too.
cute.
That kind of stuff.
I love it. Oh,
How much?
It's such a fun experience.
What's
Yeah.
like the price range for
yeah. Oh,
these?
yeah. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
no, that's a great question. Oh, that's been a while.
'Cause it's probably different now.
pricey. Yeah, and that's the thing. Since I did them last, I want to say when I signed
When was
up,
the last one you did?
2018.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have not done one since COVID hit.
Okay. Did they stop all of them because of COVID?
During COVID, they might have had a break.
Okay.
They're fine now. They do. Let's see here. So I might actually have my registration. I'm trying to see if I have my registration
Yeah.
confirmation.
Yeah.
Some of these are for the virtuals, but yeah, they're definitely a little bit pricey, but it's just such a fun experience,
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's hard not to want
Worth it
to,
to me.
Yeah. I want to say they were about 200 or so for
Oh,
the
wow.
half marathon to something.
Yeah.
All I can find right now is the virtual ones I've done.
Yeah.
Just because it's been so long, but I want to say they were about 200 or 2 something for the half. But again, that was 2018.
So it's probably
prices. That
more
could
the
very
longer
well.
the race?
Yes.
Okay.
They definitely are a little bit, cheaper if you're looking to do, the 5K
Sure,
or
okay.
10K or anything like that.
Cool.
I'm wondering even if there's probably nothing even to register right now. It's we could look just for,
Sure, yeah.
giggles, but I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything that even has open registration right now.
Well, so
probably
I'm
not.
looking at this Run Disney website. It
Yeah.
says membership.
So there's a Run Disney club
Oh.
that's kind of separate.
Okay.
But yeah, this kind of website will have everything. I mean, you can see here they have, princess, springtime surprise, wine and dine, kind of everything you need to know. I don't know if they would list costs though, because I'm sure it's changed. Oh, here you go. So the 5K for wine and dine, they've sold out since, of course.
Okay, sure.
This is for this November upcoming.
Okay.
112 for the 5K, 155 for the 10K, 240 for half marathon, 400 for the course challenge. So they're a little pricey. And the thing is, if something happens and you cannot run the race, you usually do not get refunded. That's why I
Yeah.
also stress out so much about making sure I make the race because,
Yeah.
you
That's
know.
kind of similar pricing to what, the Mickey's Not So Scary party and then the Christmas party, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I went to that, and I went in 19 right before COVID hit, to the Christmas party, I think we paid 100 and something.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it depends on the night too. You go and all those kinds
Right,
of things.
right.
The other thing, too, they do yoga, too.
They do. Yeah, I've
Yoga
never
in the
done
park?
the yoga. Yeah, they do
cool.
yoga. Yeah, right in the park. That would be awesome. I've never gotten to do that, but
would
that would
take up
be
yoga.
a really cool experience, right?
Yeah.
Like in front of the
Like
castle.
do a downward dog, and then I'll run past, hey, Johnny John! Enjoy your downward dog!
Both went for the button.
That'd be so fun. Anyway, I love it. This is making me
awesome.
excited. I'm like, okay, hoping if maybe if I get pregnant this year, then I'll like be done for next year, and then we can sign up for like, you know.
Yeah, and a 5K, that's, you know, so much less stress. The other thing I was gonna say, kind of one of my pro tips, and I didn't get to watch the episode or listen to the episode yet about the bathrooms in Disney.
Oh,
I know, I'm excited for that. I gotta listen to that. I meant to do it. That's another part about the race. One of the tips I was going to give is try to use the parks that are in the bathrooms that are in the parks.
Okay.
Versus like porta potty.
Oh,
sure. Yeah. Try to wait for the park.
Got it.
What I do.
Meaning during the race, like if you have to pee. Oh, I see.
Because there is I remember it might have been all the races.
Yeah.
I know Disneyland for sure. They had the park bathrooms, you know, and then for Princess as well. Wine and Dine, I don't really remember. Might have been an Animal Kingdom. I don't know.
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah. Got it. Good point. Okay.
I mean, if they
that's
have the rides open, they should have it.
Right?
Yeah.
But once you get out of the parks, it's kind of like,
oh, yeah. Those long stretches. I'm sure.
I've had some I couldn't wait. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man.
It's hard because you don't want to dehydrate yourself, but then at the same time, you're like not, you know. I love, too, keeping with me the sport beans. Jelly Belly has sport beans, which are kind of like Gatorade, but in like a jelly bean form.
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
They've also given out Cliff Bars. They're like goo, like their kind of stuff on the course. They gave that out in California. That was really cool. And it kind of just like keeps you going, and it has some caffeine in it.
Oh.
I always carry a little bar on me. I always feel like mile 4, I would always get hungry every half. I'm like, why? Mile 4 hits.
Yeah,
oh,
you need
here we go.
something in your stomach to feel better. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
It's a long time you're running. I mean, it's 3+ hours, maybe, depending on your time, you know?
Oh,
and you're up so early.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'd get swept.
Oh, same. Oh my God, same.
Yeah.
Totally.
That sounds like fun, though.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Blast.
It's such a good time. They have the expos too the day before.
Oh.
So the expos where you go to pick up your packet.
Oh, okay.
You get the Disney merch, kind of like the shirts, jackets, magnets, that kind of thing. So I've done some of those. The Disneyland ones, I believe if they're still the same as they were at the Disneyland Hotel.
Okay.
And then the Disney World ones, both times they went to ESPN.
Cool.
Okay.
For those.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Good
for
to know.
coming on to talk about
absolutely.
this. This is
Yeah.
like making me excited. I want to look into this.
Yeah, hopefully
it's been
some
a
of our
while.
listeners picked up some tips.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
If they're interested, go to the Run Disney website.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. So RunDisney.com has a lot of information, as well as Facebook group. Run Disney Run is one that I'm part of in particular, and that will definitely be helpful for some resources, kind of first time runners.
Yes.
Perfect.
Things I wish that I had when I was running to kind of help those jitters and answer questions and things like that.
Well, now you know for future runs. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
guys. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right. Well, that's it for now, and then we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all your support. Please leave us a review and/or rating on your favorite podcast platform.
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook under Parks and Pixie Dust Podcast. We are also on Twitter and TikTok under Parks and Pixie Dust. Give us a follow and stay tuned for lots of updates.
And you can also email us at parksandpixiedustpodcast@gmail.com.
Our episodes are released bi-monthly on Wednesdays.